Hello everybody, welcome to the analyst video where we basically just look back at the goals which were scored over the weekend. Obviously we won 2-1 as we all know, and this is just a video where we go through all the goals every weekend, so it's not the major incidents, we just talk about the goals. Coming up later on tonight we've got the players' ratings, which will be done by Alicia, and then we're going to be focusing literally on the next away game, which is down in Brighton. Let's get on screen for you. So slide one. Now, as you can see here, Newcastle are pressing high. Something that we've picked up quite recently. We've seen this against West Ham. Perez hold off a potential challenge, and then you see Mikel Merino start to drive forward with the ball. Moving ahead, Mikel Merino starts to drive forward, and then he lays it off to Hayden, who then looks around, plays it out wide to Matt Ritchie. Moving across now to the next slide, as Ritchie crosses, you can now see 3 Stoke bodies back and 3 Newcastles in attackers such as Perez, Hoslu and Atsu. Now if you look closely, Atsu's already starting his run and Juve switches off already. And the final slide, you can now see Atsu just ahead of Juve. Atsu fires home from 3 yards, but question for you, should Jack Butland be coming out to claim that cross? I think so. It's only 3 yards out and he's on his goal line. 1-0 Newcastle. Let us know what you think on that one. But, you know, we scored. We'll take it. But I'm just picking out. I'm being picky, aren't I? Picking faults. Now, this is the equaliser. Let's get on screen again for you. So, slide one. So, you're seeing Choupo-Moting is on the left flank. Now, he's coming in off the flank looking for options. Not much is going on. Newcastle are set up great here. The ball is played across to Allen. And moving across to slide 2, again, Newcastle are set up fine here. So Allen has no options but to play it across to Shaqiri on his right. Shaqiri touches the ball, but for me, Atsu now has to get tight. We see it already twice earlier on the game. Shaqiri coming in off that flank, forcing Elliott into 2 saves, and we'll pick this up in the preview video as well. The final slide, as Shaqiri then starts to open up his body to shoot, Atsu not being tight enough then allows Shaqiri to shoot. Now from here you think, yeah, go on then, try your luck, but we know with his threat played, he curls one at the bottom corner for a lovely finish. Could Rob Elliott do probably better? Probably not. I think it's more of a great finish personally. Now the final goal, which was Jamal Lascelles' header. Ritchie starts to take the corner. Now have a look at Stoke here. Another side who are zonal marking. Mark Hughes has already come out and said that they looked at Jamal Lascelles' threat from set pieces. But be honest with you, they never learned. How can you set up knowing there's a threat from Jamal Lascelles when you set up like this? Moving across to the next slide, you can now see a couple of Newcastle players are now starting on the move. But watch for Lascelles' run. You mentioned it, that he loves to play against a team who zonal mark him. Next slide, as you see Lascelles heads, this is shocking by, I think it's Wimmer. He doesn't even jump at all. How can he not jump in the Premier League? This is awful, Stoke fans, if you're watching. Lascelles actually heads down, if you look at his body position. Goes in on the underside of the bar. Newcastle go in front and hang on, win the game. So, judging by those goals, you know, what have we learned? So to speak, that's like a chronicle phrase, isn't it? Don't zonal mark. Simple as that. It just doesn't work for me. Jamal Lascelles has already picked up upon this. If you zonal mark, he will thrive on it. Newcastle will score goals for that going forward. Newcastle's high pressing also works in particular at home. We see it against West Ham. We've seen it again against Stoke. It's forcing West Ham and Stoke into errors. Something we need to do higher up the pitch. Forwards to strikers, attacking midfield and wingers have to press. It's forcing errors and it works. We know player strengths. Play to their weaknesses. So Shaqiri, there was twice, as I mentioned already in that video, that he had a couple of shots in the first half and the second half where he was coming in on that flank and Newcastle weren't learning, and we're seeing it with the goal. You put him on his left foot, he'll score and he cut in. So there's a couple of things there we need, obviously, if a player's got a threat, put him on his weaker foot. But Newcastle need to continue that high press and further up the pitch is really, really impressive at home. Don't really play as much away from home because we'll let the opposition have the ball a little bit more and we'll sucker punch them. But it's interesting that now we're seeing a pattern, especially with the high pressing and teams playing zonal marking. Zonal marking doesn't work. It's benefiting Newcastle, and we've got 3 wins from 3. 2 winners from 2 headers from Swansea, and obviously Stoke by Jamal Lascelles as well. So it's an interesting one, isn't it? Let me know what you think on that. So as I mentioned later on tonight, we've got Alicia coming on. That video is probably going to be out after clock, but it will be tonight. She's going to go run through the players' ratings, and of course, want to know what you think on that. And if you've got any spare change, even if it's a couple of quid, please donate to our Bradley Lowry Foundation. We want to get you lot involved, get you down October the 24th. We've got a couple of ideas thrown at us saying dress up as a woman and things like that. And I'm like, I didn't know about that. Like, maybe someone else will. Imagine the trolls will ever field it. But yeah, please donate if you've got anything. There's a link in the description, and it's also going to be playing in just a second. Thanks for watching. See you later. Take it over. You will.
We're raising money for the Bradley Lowry Foundation by walking from the Stadium of Light to St James's Park on October 24th. Please help this great cause by donating. The link is in the description below.